You know it's wild when a brand new Pokemon game is literally dropping today, and most people forgot it even existed. Why? Because the leaks, guys. The leaks have completely taken over the conversation. Generation 10, the next Legends title, you name it. It's all about them leaks. But while everyone's looking ahead, reviews for Pokemon Legends ZA dropped, and they paint a picture that's honestly fascinating. So today we're breaking it all down, the good, the bad, and the Game Freak. What were you thinking? Moments, and I'll tell you exactly why this game might quietly be one of the most important Pokemon releases in years. But before we begin, though, if you love Pokemon content or just gaming content in general, and you want real talk, like Wings of Redemption would say, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe because today is going to be a spicy meatball. So let's talk the review bombshell. Let's start with the numbers, guys. Pokemon Legends ZA is sitting at a 81 on Metacritic right now as I'm looking at this, which is lower than Legends Arceus. I still don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not a Pokemon guy, but I dibble dabble into it a little bit, but it's way higher than Scarlet and Violet were, which is not saying much because I feel those games were utterly forgettable. And that right there tells you something. Game Freak actually took the time to fix what fans hated, at least mostly, right? Now, critics are all over the place with this one here. Some are calling it the best Pokemon game ever made. Others, they say it's beautiful, but shallow. But the one thing they all agree on is that it's different. And for a franchise that spent nearly 2 decades copy pasting gym battles, that's kind of a big deal. Now, what's actually working for Pokemon? Well, Video Games Chronicle dropped a perfect 10 out of 10, which is, I don't think there's anything out there as a perfect game, but they called it a grand adventure that proves the Legend series has Game Freak's best ideas. And honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't say a 10 out of 10, but it does look like it's a pretty ambitious game. The city looks gorgeous. Lumios City, is that how you pronounce it? Again, forgive me, I'm not a weeb. The new Rogue Mega Battles, I'm sorry, are also absolute chaos from the looks of it in the best way. The combat system looks like a mix of real-time strategy and turn-based power plays. Feels fresh, and it's not just about catching Pokemon anymore. It's about fighting with style, or as Buzz Lightyear would say, falling with style. It's about your positioning, even using the environment. You can literally hide behind a lamppost to dodge an attack. And that's actually smart game design, and it looks like the fans are noticing based on the reviews. Now, the Sixth Axis also gave it a 10 out of 10, saying that it holds your attention better than anything since Arceus. Still don't know how to pronounce that. Somebody tell me down below in the comments, but beware. Don't you come at me if you have an avatar that's an anime avatar. Don't be trying to sass me, okay? No, I'm just joking. Anyways, they love the pacing. They said they like the story and the nostalgia for Kalos, and for the first time in a while, a Pokemon game isn't just good for Pokemon, it's good, period. So these are pretty ambitious 10 out of 10 reviews right out the gate. For me, though, I'm pretty hesitant when it comes to anything that's 10 out of 10. Now, let's be real, guys. Not every outlet is singing praises, and that's what I look for. When I look for reviews, I don't look for the perfect shining reviews. I look for the bad stuff so I can be informed as a consumer. So apparently Nintendo Life, Game Reactor, and COG Connected gave it 7s, pointing out that the wild zones feel small and restrictive. And yeah, I mean, that sounds fair. Unlike other games like Arceus, I still don't know how to pronounce it, where exploration was the whole point. ZA takes place entirely in the city. You're not trekking through ancient lands anymore. You're living in a giant urban ecosystem, which is cool, but it also feels kind of claustrophobic according to these reviews. And for a lot of fans, that's apparently going to be a deal breaker. Then there's the elephant in the room. And this is something that goes along with a lot of Nintendo games. There's no voice acting. Like, come on, Game Freak. You're giving us fully animated cutscenes. Characters are just moving their mouths in silence still, like we're playing on a Nintendo DS. We're in 2025. You've got no excuse. I get it for like Legend of Zelda, you don't want Link to talk. And a lot of these other games that are Nintendo, it's like they do these weird little like like little noises like Animal Crossing, Star Fox, those. They do all those weird sound effects and stuff. But get with the times, all right? There's no reason why we can't have voice acting in a Pokemon game. I mean, am I mistaking in that, guys? Let me know your thoughts. Now let's talk about the divided fan base, and here's where the conversation gets interesting. Some players love the focus on battles. I mean, that's what Pokemon is all about, right? But then others think catching Pokemon should be what the game is about first, battle second. For me, it's like the chicken and the egg, right? What came first, the chicken or the egg? I always equate Pokemon with both catching and fighting. It's split. But that's good news, in my opinion, because it means Game Freak is finally experimenting again with this franchise. For years, Pokemon was predictable, and I've always seen people complain about Pokemon like that. But the last games, Arceus, I still can't pronounce it. That's the running bit in this video. It broke the formula. Scarlet and Violet kind of stumbled along and played it safe. And now this newest game is trying to evolve that formula instead of reusing it. And I like when video games go outside the box. I like when people take risk. I like when people try new things. Even critics that gave it average scores admit that it was a huge step forward as well as like getting outside that safety box. Visually smoother, it's way more stable, and for once it wasn't a buggy mess. Why this game actually matters, let's go ahead and talk about that, because people want to know why it's important. And here's why it is. Legends might be the blueprint for Pokemon's future. It's proof that Game Freak can take risk and still deliver something fans actually care about, which is important. It's a test run for the Switch 2 era. It has faster gameplay, like I said, a more mature tone, better storytelling, and maybe soon, eventually in the future, we'll see full voice acting and true open world cities in Pokemon games. Even if this new game isn't your favorite Pokemon game of all time, it's a signal that the franchise itself isn't done evolving, which is kind of ironic considering Pokemon evolve. So, what do you guys think? I want to know your thoughts before we take off with this video. Uh, are the reviews fair? Have you looked at the Metacritic scores, the reviews? Are you picking up this game on launch day, or are you waiting for a Switch 2 upgrade of sorts, like a legitimate Switch 2 upgrade? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be checking them out and responding to as many as I can. And if you missed any of my previous videos on video games more recently, make sure you subscribe. Go and check them out. I upload near daily. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace out.